So we just jumped off of the Great Sky Island and came down to Hyrule. So it's time to figure out where to go next. Now what? So many directions that we could potentially go. Literally every direction. And so you just take it all in. You see how Death Mountain has some gloom coming out instead of lava or smoke, and you see how the castle is suspended in air, and there's a terrible cyclone over what looks like Mount Hebra. I think that's a new type of tower that we haven't seen before, and there's other islands out beyond that we haven't been to before. You look this direction and you see a shrine near a stable. And in general, I want to follow the main quest line in order in this playthrough. But for other things, there's no right or wrong order. So I thought, we will do the stables as we come by them, towers as we come by them, and do what we can to sort of stick to the linear qualities of the game. In my first playthrough, I actually wanted to do it in just whatever came to my mind that I was compelled to do order. And I was not compelled to try to figure out the order that the game was designed to be played in. So I just did what I thought was what I saw fit. So I didn't follow the like Nintendo's intended order of the main quest line. And it wasn't terrible to do it out of order. I think that there's still a lot of fun to be had doing it out of order. But in hindsight, I kind of wished I had that correct orders experience. So I wanted to get that experience in this walkthrough. In the future, I might play it in another order entirely. The Tajikats Shrine. If we come by a shrine right out here in the open, we're going to do it. And even though I have gone through many of the shrines in my first playthrough, I haven't been through all of them. I think I've done 80 of them, and just the ones that I've come by. So I don't always know what to expect, or remember what I did previously. Guessing this is what we want. May want to take the log with us. Okay, we got 2 logs here. And we need to find a way to get to... I have an idea. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is I have an idea. Maybe take this 3rd log. I feel like this is a place where we could use recall plus Ultra Hand, but strictly speaking, I think that maybe Nintendo's intentions were that we would just use Ultra Hand this time. So I'm looking for that method they may have had in mind. They often want you to use items that were behind you, ahead of you in shrines. And I want to climb this, not walk on it, because that's going to happen. Come on, Link, climb. Alright. Can you just kneel to stay on here better? That worked. I didn't expect that hop to even work, to be honest. We'll leave that here in case we need it. We did something right. So, whip this around, cross the log. Very easy. Are we walking right over a treasure chest we're missing or something? Wonder where the treasure chest will go. And gotta go up. So we're gonna check this water in case the treasure chest is... Oh, missed it. Well, we might actually be able to still use it with recall. So we're gonna check water for a treasure chest first. No sign of it. Okay. Let's look back here. Did I already check this water? Yeah. Okay, so let's try getting on the logs and then using recall to raise us up to get to the top. Oh, so close. Oh, and just missed us too. Gotta look out that it doesn't crash on top of you and kill you. Alright. Let's not use recall yet. So, what if we just raise it up? And then we bring it back down, like so. And then, while we're on here, reverse the flow of time for the logs. Now, this brings itself up and stays there, because that's what we did for a few seconds. Got fans and logs this time. Get over more water. And over there on the left is the chest in plain sight. Can't get the bottom one. Gotta lift the top ones first. We want to build a raft. Nothing to it. I do appreciate that they're very generous with where you let go of it to attach. It just figures out your intentions. You don't have to try to figure out where to put it on the logs precisely. It's very forgiving. And we need something to propel us. And remember, the axes will actually chop wood, so you never want to hit the wood with something like an axe. You can avoid it. Spiky shield, an aged, worn-out wooden shield. It can withstand lighter attacks, such as arrows. Get ready for the next part of our journey. And we're there. This makes Light of Blessing number 5. I'd be just happy if our totals are higher in Lights of Blessing than the number of deaths. So far we've died, what, 4 times? So as long as we can keep the Lights of Blessing total higher than the death counter total, I'm happy. See if we can read this new tip. Shooting stars. If you should see a star shoot through the night sky, mark the place where it lands. You might... All right, now we should find a horse to bring to the stable. And then from there, just checking out the map, there's nothing to see here, but it does have this point of interest based on the idea that we do have here at the main quest to the Kingdom of Hyrule. It says, at the Temple of Time, you saw the Master Sword vanish into a mysterious light. A white dragon then rose into the sky, parting the sea of clouds. You're sure you heard Princess Zelda say, Link, you must find me. Head to the land below to look for clues to her whereabouts. There's no faster way to do that than to dive bravely from the Sky Island. And we have this point of interest activated, so that would imply, right, that they want us to go to that spot on the map. I wanted to see how much I could handle without using the map. So if like I go to the mini map or the main map here, we can see we're facing away from the point of interest. Riverside Stable. Welcome to my stable. Name's Ember. We deal in all things horse related. We also double as an inn. It seems you're not a member here yet. Our stable uses the Stable Association's membership system, so you'll need to register if you want to use it. May I ask for your name? Name's Link. Link! All right, Mr. Link. There. You're all signed up. Now, would you like me to tell you about the stable system? Please tell me. Then allow me to explain. You can board your horse companions with us, and then summon them as you please from our network of stables. You may have come across wild horses during your travels. If you catch one and ride it here to register it, it will become your horse companion. There's a limit to how many horses you can board, but you're able to swap them in and out as you please. Once again, welcome to our stable. If you catch a wild horse and bring it here, you can register it. If you want to lodge with us, please visit the counter inside. Now, how can I help you? Catching horses? It's simple enough. To catch a wild horse, just approach it from behind, slowly, so it doesn't hear you coming, and hop on. If you really want to be sneaky, approach it while crouching. Of course, these are wild animals we're talking about. The horse you're riding might start to act up. If that happens, try soothing it. It will eventually settle down, and then you can bring it to me. Now, it may take a while for wild horses to get used to being ridden. They may change directions or slow down on their own until you earn their trust and respect. If your horse disobeys your direction, you'll want to gently redirect it and then calm it. And if you continue interacting that way, your horse will naturally begin to trust you and become more obedient. That's all I can tell you about the subject, friend. Anything else? Nope, gotta find that horse. Wait, what am I thinking? I completely forgot to explain how pony points work. Pony points, huh? That's right, it's a reward system that you can use at stables. In short, every time that you use a service, you get points. Now, no matter what stable you go to, you can get points for lodging there, registering a horse, stuff like that. Now then, as this is your first use of Riverside Stable, you get a pony point. Pony points card. Using a stable earns points. Collecting points grants rewards. Points needed to the next reward, 2. Save up points to earn a wagon load of wonderful rewards for you and your horse companions. You can trade your pony points for prizes at the ledger counter over there. Check out the ledger for prize details, member rules, and other information. Come back again anytime. So I find it very odd. I'm pretty sure that we met Ember in Breath of the Wild, and I'm a bit offended that as much as I had many horses, that a guy like him, knowing a regular face like me, didn't recognize me in Tears of the Kingdom. And it really irked me when I started playing my first playthrough that he simply didn't recognize me. So we got this new frame on the wall, but mostly everything in here looks the same as it did in the last game. What do we have here? Oh, when will they arrive? Recipe, recipe, recipe. Oh, I can't wait. What's so exciting? Excuse me. I was lost in thought. There's a group of gourmets who frequent our stable, and they always teach me new recipes to cook. And the recipe for our next section is a dish devised by Princess Zelda herself. I'm so excited, I can't even sit still. Okay, got her. Hope you get that recipe. And who do we have in... What kind of travelers? Okay, he's got a newspaper. Brusso. Let's see. What's in this issue of the Lucky Clover Gazette? What's the news? Well, freezing temperatures bring feathery shivers to the Rito. Rito Village is facing a food shortage as cold winds make travel to the village dangerous for resident and visitor alike. That's awful. Sounds like anyone trying to get to the Rito Village needs to prepare themselves for harsh, freezing weather. There's so much to read in these newspapers. Alright, well, what's the other stories? Oh, now this is interesting. The Lucky Clover Gazette is here for you. The Lucky Clover Gazette has opened its offices at Riverside Stable. Any eager new journalists are encouraged to apply. So that stable has become a newspaper company then? Just when you thought you'd seen everything. If I'm ever in Rito Village, I might just drop by and see what this is all about. There's so much to read in these newspapers. Alright, so that's the end of the discussion with Brusso. You really can learn about the world in a place like this. I really love the Lucky Clover Gazette, though it does seem like they're short-staffed. I bet I could be a journalist. Well, you could aspire to be many things there, Brusso. Doesn't look like there's a lot to take advantage of here, but there is a pitchfork. Do I have room in my collection? Maybe drop the pickaxe so we have room for this. Farmer's pitchfork, a farming tool used to collect hay efficiently. It's light enough to be used by anyone, and the four prongs are very sharp. Anything over here I can take? I'd like to see if I can break the boxes by lifting them into the air, and I got lucky. Nice. Doesn't appear to be... Oh, there's another traveler. You're kind of mysterious back here, my dear, dear wife. So, if I gather my thoughts, what I know is this. The legendary sword is more than fable and far closer to fact. Can it truly defeat any monster? Does it truly exist in Hyrule? Yes and yes. And it's highly likely to be found in something woods. Huh? Tell me, you. How long have you been there? You didn't happen to overhear what I was just saying, did you? Legendary sword? Well, you heard. I thought as much, but I have nothing to fear. I stand comforted that only the Chosen One can wield the legendary sword that defeats any monster. The Chosen One isn't an eavesdropper. He is an Eve that is perfectly fine with being dropped in on. Me, I mean. Let me share this openly. Some days ago, I bid farewell to my dear wife, Sorelia, to set out from Riverside Stable. I find myself now at this stable, but the something woods that I seek is still far away. So forgive me if I have no more time for eavesdroppers. I have to find the legendary sword to protect my dear wife. Legendary sword? Did you not hear me? My fault entirely. The legendary sword is meant for a chosen one, like me. I imagine that Sorelia is all alone, waiting for me to return. Well, wait a minute, don't you know anything about the knight who sealed the darkness? Don't you know what me and Princess Zelda did in Breath of the Wild? I just don't understand why these people think that they can become the... Well, it's like he doesn't know anything about me. He doesn't know what we did just previously here in the same game world. I must find the legendary sword and return to her side as soon as I can. I don't remember the character of Tye in Breath of the Wild, but if he was there, I mean, he existed for Link to meet. So why wouldn't he remember our exploits with the princess and rescuing Hyrule then? So I did notice that this is a well, and if wells are new in this game, then we need to check them out. So, water in a well, to be expected. Looks a bit like a cave. I imagine that they dug the well and found the cave to be here already. Brightcap, a mushroom that grows in caves and contains luminescent enzymes. Cook it into a dish to give it a glowing effect to anyone who eats it. Then we got another spear. Rusty halberd. Had room in the inventory, that's cool. Then we got some boards. I wonder if there's anything to be found under them? No? Seems like they actually had in mind for us to build something. Not entirely sure what just yet. Have another kind of rusty weapon. If we had to get rid of something, I'd get rid of what we're holding. No rocks down here to take advantage of. To fuse it to the sword. And we got several pieces of wood. What did they expect us to do with it down here? Maybe it doesn't really serve a purpose. Oh. This is new. And these are going to be very valuable throughout. Let's collect one. I don't have my bow drawn. So I don't have any stealth clothing, so I can't sneak up on it climbing the walls, which are dripping wet anyway. So if I tried, it would just fall. But I do want to demonstrate that if I use a bow and I fire it, it'll fall into the water and it'll just go poof. See? So it never helps to get a critter to fall into water with an arrow. They just vanish. So I don't recommend doing that. We can catch those critters not falling into the waters. It's just like climbing in and out of a well. Ah, staminoka bass. We got lucky. That'll make a great meal. So we're probably going to want to make that meal right now if we want to catch a horse. Let me see what we have in the way of food. We actually got a little bit of, but not a lot. And I would like to have more stamina foods. A whole ring, and that's all the stamina wheel that we have. And here's an unusually dressed lady. Gotta be careful. Oh, hey! Hello. You lost? If you're looking for a town or a village around here, try Lookout Landing. It's just south of Hyrule Castle. You'll be able to see the tower from a ways off. Can't miss it. There are lots of monsters around these days, so watch out. Thanks, Leekah. So, let's look at the map. That is our destination. I'm going to... Well, since we're not trying to rely on the minimap just yet, I'm going to just have to understand the direction from looking at it with my own eyes. And I do hope to find a horse right here nearby. So it's kind of sort of right of the cyclone, the direction that we want to head. But now we're looking for horses. Any sign of horses. Maybe there's some over this hill. Hylian pinecone. Grows on trees found all over Hyrule. It contains oil and burns well. Throw it into a fire to increase the intensity of the flame. That's a new item in the game. So are these Hylian tomatoes. A fruit found widely from cold areas to warm climates, full of nutrition and kind of trendy lately. Use it in cooking to recover more hearts. Another Korok. Don't want to stop to help him just yet. I want to find our horse. I'm going to travel up to the 3 trees, straight ahead. Hopefully on that hilltop we'll be able to get a better view and spy some horses. Oh, and a Korok just came to us. Thank you, Mr. Korok.
Bye-bye.
Horse. I love those blue ones. We don't have a paraglider, or we could just land atop of it. Maybe we can hide somewhat in tall grass. And if they have their back turned to us, that's good. But one will get spooked and the others will follow. I like that black one too. I'm going to go with the black one. I've never had a black one. Awesome. Got him. All right, buddy. You're my first horse, you know that? Yeah, who's a good boy? You're a good boy, right? Or were you a girl? I haven't decided yet. Let's get you back to that Riverside Stable. Seems pretty fast. Hard to tell though, we're going downhill. Can we just leap down this hill, or do we have to go around? Excellent. Sorry, buddy. Oh, we didn't meet this stranger yet. But he's no stranger to us. He's Beedle. We saw lots of Beedle in Breath of the Wild. Link, welcome to our stable. Ember, did you already forget me? Or is your short-term memory bad too? If you catch a wild horse and bring it here, you can register it. Please visit the inside counter if you want to lodge with us. Now, how can I help you? Register horse, baby? Understood. Your horse will be in good hands. Oh, its strength is terrible. I wonder if that means it dies if it's attacked? Speed's great, like I was thinking. Pull's okay. Temperament is wild, which means it'll be harder to steer occasionally. Normally, when you register a horse, we charge 20 rupees, but we've got a special promotion going on right now, and you can register your first horse for free. Since you're registering a new horse, we'll add 1 point to your pony points. Excellent. 2 in 1 day. Well then, I'll move on to the registration process. First, please enter a name for your horse. I'm going to say I've been saving this name for a dark-colored horse for a while in the game, and I just haven't found the right one yet. I'm going to go with Bree. Are you sure that you want to name this horse Bree? Yes. Name registered. You want to take it with you or board it up? Take it. That concludes the registration process. By saving up your pony points, you can get exclusive perks. For instance, you can change your horse's gear or its saddle and so forth, or restyle its mane. Speaking of which, do you know about whistling? If you get separated from your horse, you can whistle and it'll come running. Thank you very much. But your horse isn't magic. It can't hear you if you're too far away, so do keep that in mind. Come back again anytime. Yeah, that's a good-looking first horse. All right, and let's meet Mr. Beedle. He should remember us. Right, Beedle? Hey there! Are you a fellow traveler on the journey of life? It's me, Beedle. If you forget, my beetle-shaped pack is right here to remind you. In this topsy-turvy world, there's only one direction to go, forward. So when I travel, it's forward all the way. I can sell you bugs of the highest quality, and if you need anything else on your life journey, I can sell that to you too. Short on rupees? Don't worry. I'll buy anything you don't want weighing you down. And what better way to lighten up than to sell your rocks? Gemstones in particular fetch a high price. Well, what'll it be? Okay, just for the record, it really bothers me that a character like Beedle does not remember me because I frequented him all the time. I really just don't get it, why Beedle would not remember Link. What has he got? Okay, so we don't have money, so we can't buy anything, but he does have expensive arrows, rice, which we'll probably find from just cutting grass. It'll be a while before I find the electric darter, I think. Tireless frogs, that's not bad, but they're kind of expensive. So let me see. Maybe look at what I've got, because I do have some Ember I could sell, burning a hole in my pocket. Let's see, got 9. Okay, so they would get me 90 rupees, and if I sold the opal, that'd get me a little bit over 100. And with the ruby, yeah, I hate to go through all my gems, maybe just sell one of these. Let's sell 1 ruby for now. Yay! And then let's go with selling 2 opals. Wow! And then I won't burn all of these up. Let's just sell 5. And no, that's good. We need to get some clothes. I don't really want what Beedle has in stock right now. Thank you. I look forward to your next visit. Beedle, I really wish you knew who I was. And you know what? We can always give some apples to a dog and they might show us treasure. And I have found that the dogs typically only need 3 or 4 apples. Some people think that they exclusively want... No, don't eat my apples. No. Okay. Get the dog to come back to these apples. Some people think that you just need to feed meat to the dogs, and it's something like apples that are cheap and easy to come by won't work. I disagree. Apples work just fine. But some stables have more than 1 dog, and then 1 dog will just eat all the apples and not show you a treasure. Alright, good. Pooch, where is it? Ooh, a torch. I think I'll come back for the torch. Ah, there we go. Thank you, doggy. Who's a good boy? I'll give you another apple just for this. Here you go. Well, if you're not going to take the apple, I'll take it back. Oh, super. Yeah, when you're really eager early in the game to just get going, it's easy to skip those dogs, but they are worth it. Whistle. Come on, boy. We need to get this torch and get out of town. We're going to go see if we can find that lookout landing that the lady was telling us about. I don't know if I can carry this, can I? Yeah, it says I need to drop some other melee weapon. So, what would we drop? I don't know if anything's breaking per se, but this is the weakest of all. And you just never know if a torch will be handy. Alright, so that's going to do it for this episode. So we found a stable, a shrine, we got a horse, we got some rupees. So thank you so much for joining me. Give us a like, and I'll see you next time. May God bless you all. Cheers.